Welcome to Nerd Thug Radio. Crocodile sharks all over the place.
It's terrifying. It's just
I'm
terrifying.
Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
And I'm Cole Baldridge.
You're listening to us on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Sister Station.
Worldwide at
IRLoneStar.com.
terrifying.
They're horrendous.
So right in the middle of the weekly top 3, embarrassing moments. But before we get to that, let's talk about something we've never been embarrassed about.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Our love of pizza. This is absolutely accurate. Papa John's Pizza, great friend of the show.
Great friend.
Go to pjhoustonjobs.com. They are hiring. They want to hire over 100 drivers in the Huntsville, Conroe, North Houston, Spring area. Reach on out there to them and apply for a job. They're trying to hire drivers. And the great thing about being a driver is when you start there, your very first day, you leave with cash in
your pocket.
hand.
Dollar bills, y'all.
That's right. You start taking care of those obligations right away. That's the best part about it, really, is leaving with cash.
really
That's a good feeling.
I've never delivered pizza, but I imagine that's the best part.
It
about
really like no matter how bad your day can be, at the end of the day, like, okay, well, here's your $60, here's your $70, $80.
We've talked about this.
mean, it's a good feeling.
I've never worked in the food industry.
It should be an obligation that everyone work for tips at least once in their life.
I've done that,
True.
but never have I worked in the food industry. The
Yeah.
closest I ever got is I worked at a wedding chapel once, and we did clean up.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
It was cool though, because then we would just steal bottles of wine. And then when we were done, we'd clean the dishes, tear down, go drink.
So papajohns.com, and the coupon code, type in Nerd Thug Radio, and you will get a buy one, get one free coupon, good for either delivery or carry out. papajohns.com, Nerd Thug Radio.
And let me just be frank with this. When you do this code, you do it right from the homepage.
Yeah, you're right
Don't
there on the
select
first
your
page.
pizzas and then try to put it in. The very beginning it says, do you have a promo code? Nerd Thug Radio. It walks you through the steps.
Yeah,
to
it
get
literally
your
does
pizza.
pop-ups after that. It's the easiest thing in the world.
It's super simple.
right.
So we're in the middle of our weekly top 3 this week.
Correct.
We're talking most embarrassing times in our lives. Colt is so embarrassed about his 3, he doesn't even want to share them
Right.
with us.
It's times like these. You
I had a
learn
very
to
interesting thing that happened to me
live
last week. That was my number 3. You can go find the podcast later today and go back if you missed it. But we both agree we weren't embarrassed.
We're
too
not
often in
embarrassed.
life.
We're not embarrassed kids. We're just
And
not.
so I'm gonna take you back to number 2.
Okay.
My number 2.
I just did this sketch though of a croc shark.
Is that now embarrassing?
Like every time I look down at it, I'm scared of like this thing in the wild would be
Show
terrifying.
the camera.
Sharks, you're embarrassed of anyway.
Right, and I'm not a very good artist, so forgive me. But the idea is like a croc head on a shark body.
Yeah.
It would eat everything.
Super fast.
Right. It would be like a freshwater killer.
Yeah.
That would it would get everywhere, and then it would just eat you.
It could go fresh or saltwater.
Right. Now, I mean, it lost its legs, clearly, for fins.
Right.
So there's an element of, like, if you got to dry land,
What kind of Crocs does it wear, though?
but you're not going to make
Ooh, that
it.
was-
You're not going to
That's
make it
truly
to dry
terrifying.
That
part.
was funny and not funny at the same time. I don't know how. I
Land.
feel
So, like,
about
it
that.
pops its head out of the waves and just eats
You mean
you.
like
I
you
love
like all your
Crocs.
poop stories?
I love Crocs.
You do like Crocs, though. You like the
I love-
plastic shoes.
I like slip-on shoes.
You know, have you seen Bindi Irwin?
No.
She actually is like an animal conservationist, the daughter of Steve Irwin.
Oh yeah.
The croc hunter person.
Speaking of that, did you see all the hoop and holler about the Crocodile Dundee movie?
I haven't heard any of the holler
So
yet.
they've been promoting this. There's a new Crocodile Dundee movie coming out
right.
with not Danny Elfman.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
And Chris Hemsworth.
Come to find out, it's just a Super Bowl ad. It's not actually a movie.
No!
Wrecked your life right now.
It would have been such a good movie.
Yeah, it's we'll talk about more about some commercials here in a minute. But anyways, jump into the weekly top 3.
I'm wrecked now.
This happened to me when I was in college.
Okay.
So growing up, I'm from the trailer park. I'm not ashamed of it.
True.
I lived in a trailer park, a trailer most of my life.
Thank you, Kid Rock.
I'm not ashamed about it at all. Now, I did go to a pretty nice school. We did go to school in the burbs.
Right.
So I had friends from the burbs, so I hung out in the burbs a lot. But you ever find yourself in places you're like, I've never been in this situation. I've never been in this type of life before.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So when we were in college, me and my best friend Ben Houston, shout out, what up, homie? I think he met some chick we were going to school with. She was from or had friends that lived in the like Upper East Side of like downtown Dallas.
Okay.
So, like,
oh, yeah.
the
okay.
good times,
Right.
right? And so they're throwing a party one night, so we go. So imagine
You two showing up in the Upper East Side of Dallas.
So we're in like these are back. This
Did you at least wear a coat?
No, it was a house party.
So,
But this is
you
like-
wore 2 coats.
Oh man, I wore like old school rustlers because I thought I was in the movie. I thought I was Johnny Knoxville. So
You did. You had a moment.
so yeah, I was probably wearing Converse with, old school rustler jeans and a like old school like band T-shirt or something.
Right. That was your uniform. For a minute.
And so we show up and it's you're definitely like, this is not my scene.
Right.
Like I've never been in this situation. We stuck out like a sore thumb. And so we're drinking, having a good time. It was fun. We had a good time. But like halfway through the night, I was like, man, I gotta go to the restroom. Me and restrooms, like
Yes. Yeah.
So like these Upper East Side, like they're like older places.
Yeah.
Right? They're older, renovated. Plumbing doesn't work so good.
Uh-oh.
And so as your story in number 3, I'm using the restroom and I clog the toilet. So here I am, a kid out of place, a man out of time, in this like very nice neighborhood with all these like uppity people. And this is like the birth of like scene kids. Right?
Yes.
And this is 2003.
Yeah.
So this is like the birth of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? And it's like overflowing at this point. I'm like trying to find every towel in this bathroom. I'm trying to clean it up. And I'm just taking the towels and I'm throwing them in the the bathtub. Like, and it's one of those like standalone bathtubs too.
Oh, no.
The legs, I'm throwing them. And like, it's just going anywhere. Like, my feet are getting wet. I'm like, what am I going to do? And like, I'm running out of napkins at this point. So like, I have to take my boxers off and use those as like a washcloth, to wash my hands and stuff, because I'm intoxicated. I'm not thinking straight. Well, I was like, I can't just leave these here. So then I have to like stuff them in my pants. Then I go
Your
outside.
wet boxers in
I was
your
like,
pocket.
hey man, you want to go like smoke a cigarette or something? I didn't smoke cigarettes. So we go outside and like chunk them over like a balcony into somebody else's porch. But like just that sheer moment of all the embarrassing things that could happen when I'm overflowing this like old home. And like trying to clean it up.
I can picture you standing there like naked from the waist down, messing with this toilet.
Yeah, because when I like to go number
do?
2, I like to take all my clothes off.
Well, I meant because you said you used your boxers.
Yeah,
as a
and
washcloth.
so it was just you're in a weird spot and being in a weird place and something like this happening. Like if this happened in the trailer park, I'd have been that's normal. But no, we're in like the Upper East Side of Dallas.
So
You're number 2.
friend of the show, Hagen Broussard, was telling me a story.
I gotta listen to this again
Right.
during editing.
Yeah.
Awesome, and we also have to listen to your size of you on your phone while we're trying to do a show. So you're number 2, please.
So Hagen Broussard, real quick, just a similar story. He has a buddy who's a firefighter with him. They go out, they're catching crawfish, and the guy's like, yeah, because Hagen's like, I've never been out here to this part. And he's like, yeah, I own this land.
Oh.
And he didn't really know what he meant by that, how much land it was. So then they go back. He's like, yeah, we can just crash at my place and we can grab some drinks. He's like, all right, cool. They go back. The guy owns like an entire block on like
That's
old
awesome.
like old Louisiana. Has a butler. Took his coat. Like the guy was like, "Oh, do you have a coat, sir?" And Hagen's like, "What?
What is going on?" I love it. All right, what's your number 2?
So my number 2, it would be embarrassing for anybody else. So I'll tell the story. A buddy of mine's in a band. They're on stage. They're playing. They traveled the country. They're a real band. They've already been signed at this point. They're trying out new music. They've been writing. And they haven't played a new song in a while, though, and I know they're working on new stuff. And I was like, man, I really hope they play something new tonight. So he gets on stage, and he's like, hey, we're Ludo. We're about to play a brand new song. And I wanted to go, woo, but he kept talking. So I waited. I put my woo on pause. And so
I put my woo on pause.
So what he says next, though, I almost don't listen to because I want to get my woo out.
Yeah.
Because I'm holding my woo in. But he goes...
I'm holding my woo in.
He goes, it's about a guy who time travels to 1988 to try and save his wife because she dies in a terrible car accident. And then he stops talking, and I go, woo! And he immediately, like, dead silence. Dead silence. And he stops the band for a second, and he goes, that's not cool, man. And he's pointing at me. And an entire room full of people, this is in Java Jazz, so it's literally 60 people
I missed that place.
in the tightest room possible. They all turn around and look at me. And it's
that
people
place.
I know that I've graduated high school with. It's kids who are like, this is the first time they're seeing a signed band.
Yeah.
They're like, why are you ruining this for me? So I literally just go, my bad.
Was that like Java Jazz 1 or Java Jazz 2?
This is Java Jazz 1. This is before they moved into the shopping strip.
So this is the one where you could like climb from the rafters.
This is in
and
This is
stuff?
in Old Town
Old
Spring.
Town Spring.
When we're in that one room, literally the whole place just spun around and stared at me like I had just resurrected the devil.
Man, I really dug Java Jazz.
We're
Like,
out of time. What's your number 1?
yeah, we're out of time. I don't even know if I can explain this story. Should we just spill it over to the next segment?
No, I'm not doing
All right, so my number
3
1.
segments of this.
So whenever I was younger, my grandma, for whatever reason, decided she was going to make us some clothes.
Oh, that's
and then
already...
I had to wear them to school,
Right.
even though I didn't want to. So I was in the 4th grade. She made me a pair of like plaid shorts. And I remember walking in school and about 10:30 in the morning, I bent over and those pants just split right the backside. Instead of me just being like going to my teacher and like I split my pants, because they had like backup clothes in the school. Like you
Did they?
Yeah, because one time I went to school in just a sweater and no undershirt, and I got too hot, and so they let me put on a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's
so they had some backup. They didn't. So I went the entire day
With split pants?
with split pants. I would like walk when I walked in the halls. I'd walk like I'd like shimmy down the
With
hallway,
your back to the wall?
or like I take my back.
Did you go home and cry?
No. I take my backpack and like hang it real low so I walk and you couldn't see it. But I remember that was like that's probably the only time I've ever been embarrassed in my entire life.
Like you went home and you threw the shorts at her?
I'll never wear this crap again.
Man, your stitching needs work, Grandma.
Yeah. You make me something that's like sleeping pants. That's it. Jeez, Grandma. All right, what you got? Your number one.
So my number one, this was an actual embarrassing moment. I was in the 6th grade. We did a musical.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was the turkey in the 2nd grade play.
Oh, nice! Congratulations.
Thanks.
So I was the lead because I'm a big deal, and the other lead was a girl named Callie Rowan, who was almost like a country music singer.
Okay.
She toured the country summers in high school.
Okay.
Like she was a big deal for a minute. So she's the female lead. We're doing the song. We'd done all the rehearsals together, but we never actually rehearsed the choreography. And at one point, we hold hands and then we kiss. And I'm in 6th grade, and when we hold hands, the entire audience starts laughing because you can literally see, and it's on the video somewhere, and I saw the video one time, and you literally see my whole face just go red.
Yeah.
Like I just get so
The
embarrassed
first time you'd ever held
that
a
I'm
girl's
holding
hand.
a girl's. Well, it's the first time I hold a girl's hand in front of 400 people.
Right.
And then we were supposed to kiss, and I was like, all right,
Not doing this.
I don't know what to do here.
Swipe left.
Right. Callie, help me. But yeah, so
Embarrassing moment, Corey.
it's a
Dion.
genuine embarrassment. I was like 10 or
Right.
12.
Well, let's swipe left to a break real quick, and when we come back, we'll finish this show up Nerd Thug Radio style.
Oh, yeah.